Okay, Maria, our second listener question is from Griffin Autism. He wants to know, what stereotypes have you come across that are a false representation of an autistic Black individual?
Oh, let's see. I could talk about stereotypes I've come across as a Black parent. As far as autistic Black individuals, I'll let them have that because I'm not autistic, so I don't like to speak on something that is not that doesn't pertain to me. But as a Black parent, I definitely have the biases of going into some place and they automatically assume I'm angry and I haven't said
Mm.
anything. They're just looking at my face and think I'm angry. Again, that like the study I was telling you about the teacher study, that's also been done on adults as well, and it's the same results. I've been said that I am looking for a check. That's why I want to get my child diagnosed. And I always say this: if there is a check to be had, I do want it because raising children is very expensive. But I'm not looking to diagnose my child for a check. That conversation just is one that gets me every time. I've been asked if I have a husband. I've been asked if all of my children have the same father. These are the biases that we deal with every day. I have to lead with my resume to let people know that I do do this work, and I have a response that is probably better than a lot of what you all are offering. But even if I didn't have the education that I do have, I'm still the expert in my child, so you should trust that. So there's always leading with what I'm capable of doing just because you are already underestimating me because I'm a Black woman. So, yeah, those are a lot of the biases that I've had to deal with. And I know from talking to a lot of the autistic individuals that I interact with that they've had to deal with a lot of the same biases as well. And then even more on top of that because of being disabled.
Hmm. Yeah. Have you had a conversation with your daughter about her disability?
We have, but again, I think there is. There the comprehension issue of understanding truly what that is, but it is a conversation that ever evolves with her. um, and there's no shame in saying the word autism or autistic in our household, so she hears it all the time, of course, being autism and Black. So she's very well aware of it, but understanding it on the depth and the knowledge of um, what I know, I don't think so. But again, she very well could understand a lot more than what she is telling me as well. So there's always that. So that's always why I include her in the conversations, regardless, because she definitely can understand, and I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we should always just assume competence, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
even when we're talking about them and they're in the room, like making sure that
Yes.
they know that we're talking about them and not trying to just whisper out of their own
Exactly.
dignity.
Exactly. And I think for parents, that is extremely hard to do a lot of the times. For us in our household, we definitely take even our twins' opinions into consideration. I ask them because it's their life. And, I want to get their opinions on things. And that is so out of the norm, especially in the Black community, that, you're sitting there asking them their opinions on the decisions you're going to make. And I'm like, yeah, because children are to be seen and not heard, and they don't have opinions. I'm like, they're people as well, so definitely and talking to them, getting their opinions, and just hearing them out. So that's something that we always do and cultivate in our household.
Hmm. All right, Maria, I'd like to close with one last question. So, what advice would you offer non Black professionals when working with Black families?
Oh, one is to be aware of your biases. That is the most important thing because they enter the room. We know they enter the room as clinicians, regardless. So being aware of them and how they can impact what you're doing is so important. So you have to do the work on yourself before you get into the rooms and dealing with communities that are different from you. So that is the most important thing. Then after that, we could talk about everything else that comes along. But first and foremost, being aware of your own biases and doing your own work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you're just going to be helping the families that you're advocating for anyway. Everyone's on the
Exactly.
same page.
Exactly. You're doing more help than harm because you are definitely providing a unique service for all of the families. And like no family is the same. So you should be going in with the goal that you're going to have to get to know this family and provide a different service from any other family anyway.
You've been watching Autism Knows No Borders. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so let us know what you think in the comments section. Click here to watch this interview in its entirety. You can also find us on your favorite podcast app. Tune in each week for engaging conversations of how people across the globe are inspiring change and building community. Thanks for watching. Take care.